you are always making up sort of tunes in your head. Just no matter what you're doing, you're always kind of composing in your head.
Yeah, I scored my life.
Right.
And when I'm walking, I always have music accompaniment, always. It just doesn't go away. In order for me to chat with you now, I have to drown out the music that's in my head.
Wow. Hi, I'm Sophie Elgort. I'm a photographer, director, and storyteller. I've spent the past 15 years taking photos of people in a snapshot style with the goal of documenting moments that feel like they've captured part of a subject's personality. I've done everything from photographing and interviewing people on the streets of New York to capturing remarkable personalities for numerous publications and fashion brands. I wanted to create this show to share my process and bring you along on a photo shoot. When I'm photographing people, there's always a conversation going, and I feel like I learned something about the person I didn't know before. Hopefully, you're as excited as I am to get to know these remarkable artists. Today, my guest is songwriter, producer, and guitarist Nile Rodgers. He is the co-founder of the band Chic and has won multiple Grammys, and is in both the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and Songwriters Hall of Fame. Some of the hit music he's worked on includes Chic's Le Freak, Sister Sledge's We Are Family, Daft Punk's Get Lucky, and Beyoncé's Cuff It. Let's get into it. Hi, Nile. How are you doing?
Soph, how are you?
Good. Thank you so much for being here today. I really appreciate it.
You have no idea.
It's an honor
whenever
to have
I
you.
come to this area, because I was raised on Greenwich Street, and like now it's like all bustling and wonderful and amazing, and people are paying millions of dollars. When I was a child, this was all light manufacturing. The poorest people lived here, almost all artists and butchers and meat packers. So I feel a combination of love, nostalgia, and I feel old.
No, not at all. I'm excited to shoot today. This is an amazing look.
Thank you.
You said you always style yourself, is that
Yes,
right?
I do.
Cool. Well, let me get a quick shot of you here in the chair first, and then we'll go over to the actual area. But sometimes these are the best shots. So let's go over to Psych and take some photos.
Okay, great.
All right? I figure we'll just have you here, and you can take out your guitar and just be sort of messing around, setting it up, and does that work?
I can do messing around.
Yeah, well, I know you can.
I'm actually pretty good at that.
That's why I thought it would be a good place to start. You kind of ease in, you know?
Grab this baby.
Is this the famous guitar?
This is the one. 1959 Fender Stratocaster, which I bought in 1973 when we were opening for the Jackson 5.
I'll sort of shoot you as you're playing, and once in a while, if you sort of look up my way. So what is the story about the guitar? You said you got it at a pawn shop.
Yeah.
After you were at a day off from a gig.
We were playing a bar, and the opening act didn't have enough time to switch gear, right? So they would just plug into our gear. And this young kid plugged into my guitar amp, and this kid sounded so much better than me because I was playing a big jazz guitar, and that has a beautiful, smooth sound and was great for playing jazz. but for playing funky R&B, it wasn't wonderful. But when this kid plugged in and he was playing cover songs, and some of them the same ones we played, and he sounded more like the record than I did, I instantly ran out, traded my jazz guitar for this thing, which was the runt of the litter, by the way. And I had no idea how unique this particular instrument was. It's honestly the only guitar in the world like it. It's the only Strat. And I believe probably what happened is that the guy who was making it made a mistake and did some kind of divot or cut out a chunk of wood. And I have the thinnest headstock on any Stratocaster that exists.
So is this the one that is called the Hitmaker? Have
This
you
is the
written all
Hitmaker.
those songs on it?
Yeah, this is, they called this the $2 billion guitar because when you add up the amount of, hit records, video games, television commercials, films that I've played on, it's actually earned about $2 billion in profit. Pretty
Very
cool.
Very cool. Let me shoot you a couple times just while you're not talking, just with it. That's nice. Really nice. And can you talk about then you said you started the chucking, right? Was that with this guitar that you started it?
Oh, that's this. Typically, what the electric guitar was really made for was keeping the rhythm, was keeping the vibe going. So if you're, if you're just playing, a simple song and you're just playing. So that's what most people would do, but I would go.
You started out playing for Sesame Street, is that right? One of your first sort of gigs?
When I say started out, yes, that's when I got my first paycheck and I had to pay tax. Yes. So I did Sesame Street and I performed so well with Sesame Street. The woman who was the co-star of Sesame Street, her husband was a manager at the Apollo Theater. And a good friend of mine, Carlos Alomar, left the Apollo Theater. He was in the house band to join David Bowie's Young Americans. And when he left to join the Young Americans, I went and I joined the Apollo Theater house band.
Very cool.
Changed
That
my
was
life.
the connection.
Changed my life.
So can I get some of you standing playing for the next shot? I hate to interrupt this gorgeous music that's happening.
Sure you can.
All right, so I'm sort of over here. Yeah, exactly. You get that light. And feel free to move, that's great. So you know what I'd love to do is, Nancy, I haven't seen any pictures of you guys together except for at an event on a red carpet.
Right?
So I would love to take a portrait of you guys together. Get close together. Well, you're a photographer. I have an 85 lens, so
Got it.
It's
I'm
kind of
clear.
close. So yeah, as close as you sort of can get, exactly. All right, that's really nice. So I'll do some first with some natural light. That's really nice. Every time I snap, just change it a little bit. That's really nice too. Amazing. How did you guys meet?
On the street.
On the street?
Yeah.
Yeah.
61st?
61st.
Between Park and Lex.
You just were walking down the street?
No, me and two of my friends. One was Mick Jagger's PA, and the other was a Halston net, Chris Royer. And the three of us were going to a party. and he was coming out of the party when we were going into the party. And they knew him, but he was walking out in a blue plastic suit with matching hat. And I said, if that's what's coming out, what's in there? But anyway, and then my friends knew him, and we started a conversation, and it's longer than that, but that's the gist of it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's really nice right there. Let me just get that on film. Don't move.
Oh, a blood. Oh no, a Rolleiflex.
No, it's a Rolleiflex.
Ooh.
Really nice. Yeah, I got some black and white film in here. So Nancy, you run the We Are Family Foundation.
I do.
Can you talk about a little bit how it started and what the history is there?
So it started out of 9/11, really, and it started out as an effort for people to come together, re-record We Are Family as a starting of a healing process. And it was just a civilian effort, really. And out of that, we decided, could that song, We Are Family, which is so iconic around the world, could we really put that to work in a different way? And we did. So about a year later, we actually created the We Are Family Foundation, working with young people who are changing the world, literally, around the world.
The foundation works with youth.
Youth. Teenagers specifically, because as a Black Panther, when he was in his teens, he was an activist.
Living in this area.
Right? And so we knew that we didn't want to work with little kids. That's not our space. We didn't want to work with adults because they're already in their own space, but we could nurture, support, and mold young people. And these are extraordinary young people who are dealing with sex trafficking issues or climate change issues, and they needed our support, and now we're actually working with them to get them at decision-making tables.
Your favorite dance move? No.
Oh, well, he has a favorite dance move.
I do?
Yeah. That's it.
I think I missed it.
That's okay.
So I feel like I got a great portrait of you, more than one. Thank you, Nancy.
Thank you.
Thanks for doing
Take care,
this.
baby. Thank you.
Thank you.
Amazing. So you said your songs always start with a chorus. Is that right?
Yeah.
Why? What's the story behind how you started doing
So
that?
we knew that was our concept.
That's just
period.
that's just what you
So
liked.
that was our philosophy. All of our songs had
Yeah.
philosophy
Yeah.
that was similar to that. I even forced it on a few other artists. I said to David Bowie, I want the first words out of your mouth to be, let's dance.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like when
Started out with a bang, sort
yeah,
of.
like, We Are Family goes, we are family,
Yeah.
right away. Freak Out goes, ah, freak out, the freak say she. So our concept was, and it was a silly concept, but it made perfect sense to us, was a song is an excuse to go to a chorus. A chorus is an excuse to go to a breakdown. So we always went to a chorus and we always went to a breakdown. Disco was the most open format that existed. You could be ugly, fat, black, gay, white, it didn't make any difference. If your song got people on the dance floor, you were cool.
Yeah. That's nice from the side, yeah. So we will do, if you have time, a few rapid fire questions.
Sure.
Those are super fun and quick.
Let's go.
Let's do it. So just the first thing you think of, just the quick first answers that you think of.
Euclid. Sorry.
Okay. How many guitars do you have?
Maybe about 10, 15.
Favorite guitar?
Hitmaker, Fender Stratocaster.
Favorite Sesame Street character?
Me. No, I'm just kidding. Who is my favorite? The Count.
Yeah, the Count. That's a really good one. Worst advice you ever received?
That Le Freak was the worst song that Atlantic Records had ever had. and don't put it out first.
That's insane.
It's the biggest record in their history.
So then these ones are this or that. So it's electric or acoustic,
Electric.
producing or performing,
Whatever I'm not doing at the time.
pick or no pick,
Pick.
get lucky or lose yourself to dance.
Lose yourself to dance.
Cool, that's all I have. Thank you. That's great. Amazing. Nile, I've directed you this whole shoot, asking you to do things.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you would switch places with me for 1 minute and take a shot of me and tell me what to do for one.
Oh, sure. Great.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
All right. And you just direct me and tell me what to do.
So typically, when I'm taking a picture of a person,
Right?
I just like to capture the essence of who they are.
Okay, so,
So
should I hold a camera or something, or what do you think?
You know what would even be cool? What's funny is that my world is all about that thing.
Really?
Yeah, because that's what I carry around.
Okay.
Because I'm a 2-time cancer survivor and I take pictures every single day. So after we do this, I want to take a picture of you with my iPhone.
I love that.
Okay?
Cool.
So
So do you want me to,
I want you to bring it out. So that looks too, I want it to look like you're doing, oh, that's cool. It looks like you're taking a selfie of some sort.
I like my picture that I have going here of you.
It doesn't have to be up. That was okay. It was on a slant, was cooler. You had it just, you were, okay, but look at me. And now here's the fun thing I always do, because of my dreadlocks. Can you just put your fingers in your hair and sort of, yeah, let me get you doing it, right. Yeah, do it quick, yeah. That's what I like, cool.
Thank you. That's amazing. Thank you so much for doing that. Yeah, I love that. That's great. Well, I think we got it. Thank you so much. This was so great.
So,
I loved meeting you.
it was
Such
really
an honor.
awesome, thank you.
Thank you.